And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. We're almost at 300,000 thanks to you. So hit subscribe, watch, keep sending in those comments, and share with a friend because the nuttiness, the insanity, the chaos, it's not stopping. Look, let me give you a perfect example. Last night, literally hours ago, Trump got upset. You can't make this shit up, my friends. He got upset about what? About a portrait of himself that's hung in the Colorado state capitol. Meanwhile, VA workers are being fired. Medicare is threatened, and AOC and Bernie are drawing these massive crowds around America on their fighting oligarchy tour. But no, he's not concentrating on the important things. He's concentrating on a portrait of himself that he just doesn't like. Wasn't approved by him. I want to show you Trump's post on Truth Social just to give you a little bit of a reaction. In it, he turns around and he says, nobody likes a bad picture or painting of themselves, but the one in Colorado, in the state capitol, put up by the governor, along with all other presidents, was purposely distorted to a level that even I, perhaps, have never seen before. The artist also did President Obama, and he looks wonderful. But the one of me is truly the worst. She must have lost her talent as she got older. In any event, I would much prefer not having a picture than having this one. But many people from Colorado have called and written to complain. I mean, you can't make this up. In fact, they are actually angry about it. I am speaking on their behalf to the radical left governor, Jared Polis, who is extremely weak on crime, in particular with respect to Trendaragua, which practically took over Aurora. Don't worry, we saved it to take it down. Jared should be ashamed of himself. Now, let me say this. You cannot make this up. And I'm sure you're saying to yourself, Michael, show us the photo. Well, this is the photo that he was referring to. All right? Just let's leave it up there for a second. He doesn't like the photo. Okay, I can understand that. Meanwhile, he then proceeded to post 2 more photos of himself that are ones that he approves of. Let me show it to you. He likes, of course, this one with the scowling look, and of course, the Happy Donald look. I mean, these are ones that he would have preferred that they would hang up as opposed to the original one. I mean, we are talking right now about the President of the United States, that people all throughout the state have been reaching out, calling the president's office, right? Complaining that that the governor of the state put up a photo in this state house that is not flattering of their leader. And of course, you got to go straight into crime. You got to go straight into the denigration of anybody. It's truly ego. Now, actually, I'll tell you, the more I thought about this crazy, the more I thought that even the ones that he likes, I know for a fact he would have preferred one of the AI photos of himself like this. Remember these, the NFT trading cards? You have cowboy, you have superhero, you have James Bond look, you have race car driver, boxing, or I don't know, was that MMA at the bottom, right? You have gangster one at Trump World, right? I mean, seriously, that's what he would have preferred. There's only one problem. Those aren't really him. Those are AI generated photos. Sure, I'd like to be 6'8". I'd like to be 290 pounds with 3% body fat. Why not? Why not? Right? That's just not the reality. I mean, again, there's no other way to describe it. Trump is the master of distraction. Because over the weekend, he also announced that he'd be looking. I'm sorry, my friends. You can't make this shit up. No matter how hard you try to come up with something that is wackier than the thing that we're just finished talking about, you cannot do it. So what do? We just sit back And we wait for them to do it because not only is it wacky, not only is it ridiculous, but it is fundamentally stupid. The guy goes on, this is the president of the United States, goes on and announces that they are looking for sponsors for the White House Easter event. No, seriously. They're looking for sponsors. Play the clip.
New this morning, CNN has learned that the Trumps are putting their stamp on a White House tradition that dates back to 1878. And that's the annual Easter egg roll, seeking pricey corporate sponsorships that are raising some ethics concerns. It's the subject of a new story by my excellent colleague, Betsy Klein. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Betsy, thanks for being here this morning. Fill us in on what you've learned and why this is unusual.
So, Manu, the White House this year is soliciting corporate sponsorships from prospective sponsors ranging from $75,000 to $200,000 through this outside event production company called Harbinger. And I have obtained this 9-page document kind of laying out the sponsorship opportunities. And when I sent this to sources who have planned this event in the past, as well as ethics experts and lawyers, the overwhelming reaction is one of shock and concern. So I just want to read to you some of the opportunities that they're offering. Naming rights for key areas or elements, sponsor logos featured on event signage, custom branded baskets, snacks, beverages, or souvenirs, as well as mentions in official event communications and social media posts. Sponsors are also going to get tickets to this brunch, or the egg roll. As you know, they're very hard to come by, as well as a brunch with the First Lady and tour of the White House. Now, the funding mechanism for this is the White House Historical Association, and any excess funding is going to go to future White House events like Halloween or the 4th of July.
Why? Did we run out of money so fast? What about Doge? That was sort of, putting everything back into percent. This is so ridiculous. This is so crazy. You want to talk about buying influence? Hey, yeah, don't worry. We're going to patch maybe a Goodyear tie or something on Trump's suit or his tie, or we'll make like a Tesla tie. This is the most insane thing I have heard yet. I just can't wait till tomorrow till something even more insane. This is what we used to do for the Eric Trump Foundation, which benefited St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Hey, you want to turn around, you want to sponsor one of the golf holes? And so no problem. But to do it for the White House and for the Easter egg event, holy crap. Now, the last Trump mess that I want to comment on happened earlier this weekend when Trump, you can't make this stuff up, he lied about signing or not signing the Aliens Enemy Act. No, he really did, right? On Friday, Peter Doocy asked Trump about the legal battle with the judge over the AEA and the deportation flights to El Salvador. Trump, in a response, said he didn't ever sign it. No, he really did. He said he didn't sign it. Play the clip.
It doesn't sound like this judge, who the DOJ is arguing with today about the deportation flights. He wants to know why the proclamation was signed in the dark, his words, and why people were rushed onto planes.
Because we want to get criminals out of our country, number one, and I don't know when it was signed because I didn't sign it. Other people handled it, but Marco Rubio's done a great job, and he wanted them out, and we go along with that. We want to get
signed it. Other people signed it. Marco Rubio's handling it, right? And I'm allowing Marco Rubio to handle the AEA, the Alien Enemies Act. So he's telling you he did not sign it. That's a lie. All right. The White House received such massive backlash over Trump's comments. So what do? They go and they release this ridiculous, this lousy statement in response, claiming that what he meant was he didn't sign the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. No, I'm dead ass serious on this, that he's not the one that signed the original Alien Enemies Act in 1798. Wow. Now everything makes sense to me. I want to show you a clip of Caitlin Collins breaking it all down. It's classic. Play the clip.
But even further than that, when you look at the version that is filed in the National Register, it bears President Trump's recognizable signature right there at the bottom. Now, given all of this, at 8:46 p.m. tonight, just a few minutes before we came on air here, the White House put out this statement. I'm going to read it to you in full. says President Trump was obviously referring to the original Alien Enemies Act that was signed back in 1798. The recent executive order was personally signed by President Trump invoking the Alien Enemies Act that designated Tren de Aragua as a foreign terrorist organization in order to apprehend and deport these heinous criminals. So they say Trump was very obviously referring to the original Alien Enemies Act that was signed back in 1798, even though that is not what the reporter asked him. Just let's listen to what the president himself said one more time.
I don't know when it was signed because I didn't sign it. Other people handled it. But Marco Rubio's done a great job, and he wanted him out, and we go along with that.
Yeah. I think my expression is going to be that very similar to Caitlin Collins. I mean, how about turn around and tell the truth? Shouldn't we be demanding that our leaders, especially our chief executive, the president of the United States, be truthful to the American people? You see, there's nothing that's going to ever stop Trump when there's a camera around. The problem for Trump on this is that he doesn't know what he's saying. There's so much going on right now that he's just not even involved with. That when Marco Rubio screws this up, which he will get shit canned, as with Howard Lutnick, with the screwing up of Social Security, with that horrible gaffe about how, those people that don't get their Social Security checks, that they should wait a month, and those that complain are fraudsters. All of these folks are going to end up taking a beating. We've seen it in the first administration. We're going to see it again now. But when the president gets up in front of the camera, he lies to you to your face. This is the time that Americans need to get together. We need to grow this community. We need to grow all of these communities. We need to put a stop to it, because that's not how democracy is supposed to work. And as always, thanks for listening.
Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.